Newsroom South East, the main stories this evening. There's been a typhoid outbreak in North London. 5 people are in hospital, 2 confirmed as suffering from the disease. It's believed the source is a takeaway restaurant in East Finchley, which is now closed while health officials carry out a full investigation. The victims are being treated at Barnet General and at Coppett's Wood Hospital. Experts say the restaurant exceeded all health regulations and they're puzzled by the outbreak. Campaigners against aircraft noise have been celebrating today's news that the American Air Force is to leave the Oxfordshire Air Base at Upper HEYFORD. All the F-111 planes are to go from the base, but will return for 6 weeks of training a year and during times of crisis. But the jobs of 1,000 local people who work there are at risk.
This is supposed to be one of the fastest growing industrial areas in the whole of England at the moment, so our MP has told us. So with the slowing down of the jobs of the base, it should be taking over in the other direction.
A special telephone support line has been set up to help Muslims who are abused or victimised as a result of the Gulf War. Tonight, the Tottenham MP, Bernie Grant, is launching a campaign to highlight what he says are the growing number of victims of anti-Arab hysteria. The government may hold a public inquiry into plans to dump river dredgings at an important wildlife site in the Thames estuary in Kent. The proposals by the Port of London Authority would turn Cliff Marshes, a wetland area for wildfowl, into silt lagoons. The South East is bracing itself for the worst cold snap since 1987. Local authorities in Kent and Sussex have already salted main roads. Berkshire, Essex and Hertfordshire have the gritters standing by. It's feared that by the end of the week, the region could see conditions like those of 4 years ago. And that's all from Newsroom South East tonight. Now the weather with Suzanne Charlton.
Good evening. The cold snap has started and it's going to take quite a hold over the next few days. Certainly by the time we're moving in towards the weekend, temperatures will be staying close to or just below freezing. There'll be a very cold east wind coming in, making up that wind chill factor as well. And although some eastern areas will have an inch or 2 of snow tomorrow, by the weekend probably some fairly substantial snowfalls around, mainly in the east, giving problems of course for transport and the like. Well, all the cold weather is moving in from the east. You can see that cold blue area here on the temperature chart over Central Europe. That'll swing its way in across the country in the next few days and start to head back again, but continue to swirl around, affecting our weather right the way through the weekend period. During the whole time, the high pressure holding firm up to the north, continuing to feed those cold easterly winds in across the country. Now, you might have seen a weather front on there. They're mainly just bands of showers. There's one in Germany at the moment. It'll be pushing its way in towards East Anglia later on tonight, and then the whole of this east coast, we're likely to see the odd flurry of snow almost at any time before morning, perhaps just leaving a covering of snow. Broken cloud inland and fairly clear skies over much of Wales, I think. Wales, northwest England, southwestern parts of Scotland probably most at risk from the very severest of the frost tonight, but a widespread hard frost just about everywhere across the country. And during tomorrow, a cold start, a cold day, even out in the west, despite all the sunshine there, just 1 or 2 coastal showers popping up, again those of snow. But most of all, it's going to be the east coast that sees those showers running in off the North Sea, probably particularly up over northeast England and eastern Scotland. They'll be brought in on that wind, as I've mentioned, a very cold direction in the east, coming all the way initially from the Soviet Union. So despite temperatures struggling up to about 3 or 4 in the west, when we add the winds in, it'll feel bitterly cold. And in fact, as we go through the next couple of days, we'll see more snow and snow showers just about every day. That's all from me. By the way, it'll still stay cold.
BBC One's Wednesday night, Wogan chats with actors Kevin Costner and Jimmy Nail. Then at 7:35, Doogie and Vinny are held hostage. At 8, Waterfront beat on the beach.
Well, what was it? I don't know. No visible signs. Clothing was all there, so we'll have to wait for the PM.
Anne Robinson and all your points of view at 10 to 9. Then at 9:35, QED.
We've challenged 3 volunteers to try to learn in a week just why planes manage to fly.
Sports Night at 10:05 features World Cup quarter-final teams Cameroon and England at Wembley. Snooker action in the 17th Masters Tournament. Highlights of the Test cricket between England and Australia, and a preview of the weekend's Rugby League Challenge Cup first round. And this is Wednesday's viewing on BBC One.